Man, what's going on, man? This your boy Ab G, man. You done tune in to 163 The Ville Podcast, man. I'm your boy Ab G. This is episode 1. I got my big brother with me. They're gonna be doing the podcast with me every week. I'm gonna let him bring himself in, let him introduce himself, man, and we're gonna get this thing started, man.
What's good? What's goody? It's your boy Deshaun 504. You know what I'm saying? Tuning in with my brother, you know what I'm saying, Al. You know, we about to get into it, man, and let's do it, man.
Man, today episode, man, this is the first episode, man. This is episode 1, man. The state of hip hop. You know, me and my brother been working on this podcast for a while, man. We finally about to get it started, man. It been kind of, you know, COVID kind of messed everything up, man, for both of us. So, but now we're here, man. You know, better late than never, man.
Better late than never.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But before we get into the state of hip hop, man, we're gonna get into this whole young Dolph situation, man. Everybody know young Dolph had got killed last week. At this
last week, right?
Last week at the cookie shop, right?
In Memphis, yeah. Unfortunate, you know what I mean? Another sad day in hip hop.
Absolutely.
Rest in peace to his family. You know, our hearts go out to them. You know what I'm saying? Stuff Absolutely. Like that. And man, it's a sad day in hip hop, man. I can't, I have no words. It's crazy.
It's crazy, man, that you can't come back home somewhere where you was birthed and raised and learned everything you learned, and you can't come back home and show love to your own place, without hating niggas, bro. Just hating on you for no reason, like, and just kill this man, bro, for no reason, man. I mean, but besides hatred, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. What I think it is, brother, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like my boy Charlie always say, man, my boy Two, shout out to Two, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Mook and all them, back home, back in New Orleans. God don't make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? In this case, we got to learn how to separate, I guess being a star, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be, and you got to leave out the hood. The thing about the hood, bro, we come from the curve. All of us come from the curve, from the ups and downs, from the slums to the hoods, to the ghetto, to the traps, right. All that stuff, man. You gotta know, self-consciously, you have to know to go ahead on and leave. Because the hood is the most hated. As much as I love the hood, I'm from. I'm saying it birthed me, it made me this day. And it also gave me street smarts on the way going. But I also know the flip coin of that. You got some dudes that don't want you there, man, because they want your success. They want to be where you at in life. And you gotta know how to just go ahead on, and get the hell out the hood, man. Because it ain't, I love the hood, like I said, at the end of the day, but it's also, the home of the snakes, it's home of people that, want to kill you for, because you didn't put them on, quote unquote, or you didn't help them along the way of success. But I mean, it's 4 seats to a car, bro. What you want me to put you in the trunk? I mean,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. So you always gonna have these kind of problems. But it ain't just rap though. Any form of entertainment or any form of you moving up in life in career, like far as like, high school, college, and then, and they got people who always gonna have something to say. That's all the way around the world, man. It's right. Always gonna be a problem. But the hood is like, I felt like from what I heard, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but I heard he got shot before. Got shot.
I think he got shot. I don't know if he got hit, but I know he got shot at.
Right.
No, actually he did get shot, I believe.
Right.
I believe so.
Right. So what I'm saying is you would think in that moment, hey, bro, I got to make a move. Let me tell you something. I'm going to say this on the record, right? Like, for anybody who listens to both of us, it's nothing wrong with leaving. You don't owe no kind of duty to the hood, quote unquote. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, we from there. Don't get me wrong. But your success alone is already motivation for anybody to see, okay, if he came from the circumstance I come from, then, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? And thing about the hood, bro, like I said, I love the hood, bro. I'm from there, bro.
Right.
But don't be a product of your environment. You know what I'm saying? Everybody meant to go from the, like, all right, I'm using my dad, for example. My dad, he from the Fisher Project. Later on, project to project. He went from the Fisher Project to the Callio Project.
Right.
Like, even though he was in these circumstances, from good, bad, list goes on and on.
Right.
Self-consciously, he made his mind up in that moment. You know what? I want better out of my life. That New Orleans is going to be in his heart forever. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But he had to leave, bro, because it wasn't nothing there but turmoil there.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And that's just how that go, bro. So, like the words my dude Charlie said, God don't make mistakes. We do.
Right. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out my dude Charlie, man. What you got, bro?
And the crazy thing is, man, Boosie been telling us this, bro. Even before Boosie, like rappers just in general been telling us this for a long time, bro. About when you make it big, you got to get out of here. And it seems like we the only culture that does this to each other. Like, you don't see this like from country, or pop artists doing this to each other. It's only our culture that does this. As far as when I say culture, like hip hop wise, you know what I'm saying? We the only people that do this. And for me, instead of hating on this man and trying to get rid of this man, how about you ask him, hey man, what's the blueprint? Like, how did you do this? How did you get to this point to where you at right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? And the man was helping people, bro. Like, he was helping his city out. Matter of fact, the place that he got killed at, he was just over there a week prior.
Right.
Before this accident happened. Right.
Right.
So I'm like, you kill this man. He's got, family. They got a family, and they did so much for the community, bro. Now I understand that him and your God and them, had beef, what I'm saying, amongst each other. But it seemed like to me it had, down a little bit for me, because I ain't really hit too much in the media about them beefing them more. I guess they just went on by their ways. But these young dudes, man, is out here living by different rules, bro. I don't know if that's just me, but
it ain't you at all.
It's
you, not to cut you off. It ain't you at all, brother. What you're looking at is a cycle that continues going on and on and on. It get worse and worse. The problem is that you can't build a house on quicksand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The foundation is cracked. And what I mean by that is, if the foundation is not put together, the rest of the house can't get built, bro.
Right.
And the thing that's missing, one of the main things that, for the foundation to be together, everybody's story is pretty much based off my daddy wasn't there for me. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or my daddy wasn't there, or he wasn't in the household.
Right.
Now you see that missing part there is what's causing all this to happen. Well, right. At least one of the things. Well, at least one of them, for sure. At least one. That's definitely on top of the list. We checking off the boxes. That's definitely on top of the list for sure. 2, parenting. Like, we come from the era where, morals, discipline, honor.
Right.
It's cool, your next door neighbor, you know what I'm saying? Like, manners, open the door. Like, these are fundamentals of just living life.
Right.
Those are got dismantled because the moment that the child had to have a child, and that child didn't have no knowledge of knowing what to do. Keep in mind, between 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, you can't get a job, right, unless you get a work permit. I mean, I don't even know they even do that no more. So now you hinder your mom or whoever taking care of you, grandma, 9 out of 10, maybe grandma, whoever. They got to stop their life to take care of a mistake that you did.
Right.
So now they put a reset on everything. So now you got to reteach yourself on top of halfway teaching a child. Right. This is what's going on. It ain't got nothing to do with the 90s babies or the 2000 babies or the 80s babies. I'm talking about generations as a whole.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Without the proper guidance, bro, we gonna forever be lost. And I think a lot of times they chasing the image of a rapper.
Right.
But think what I mean by that. It's like on the block, like we just talked about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and a little dude with no guidance, or may have or may didn't, who sees somebody on the corner and be like, you know what? The car, the clothes, the women, you know, stuff like that. That's what they want to be a part of. Mm-hmm. They want the fast money. This is the same thing going on with the rap, you know, with the rap game.
Right.
They see that, yeah, they can't rap, but I want the attention that it brings. It brings the energy of what a rapper, you know, like the fame, the energy of it all.
Right.
That's what they chasing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's really what the problem is within this whole situation, bro. It's like we got to get back to the basics. Until we get there, we're gonna ever be lost, bro. And I mean, like I said, bro, you know, shout out to my dog Charlie once again. You know what I'm saying? Right. Good dude, love him to death. And there's a lot of wise people like him and a few others, such as yourself, that need to spread the word, spread the message. What happened to young Dolph was a bit of mixed of both, of ego. Man, nobody probably, I'm saying this is what he's saying, but I'm just.
Right, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
It's like a chain reaction of how these dudes think. Like ego, I ain't about to let no nigga play with me, you heard me? Ain't about to run me out my city, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm respected here, I'm loved here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is something small as a cookie shop. He ain't think no harm was gonna come to him. He ain't even
Absolutely.
Thinking that.
Absolutely.
But it's the same thing that got everybody caught slipping. With your Soul Slims, to your King Vaughns, now Young Dolph, now the XX, the other, you know, the other dude, I forgot, you know, I don't want to mess your name up, bro.
I can't put, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to mess your name up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, you know what I'm saying? You know, God bless your soul, whatever. And the list goes on and on. Young Greatness, Mo 3, you feel what I'm saying?
But yeah.
It's a repeated cycle. But I'm going to tell you this, though. When you put out that kind of energy of Toe 9, you know, you pretty much, let's keep it real, they asking for the trouble.
Right.
This ain't the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, you got to protect yourself just in case, woo. That's not the case no more. It's almost like this generation is asking for it. Like, man, if a nigga play with me, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So the moral of the story is we got to change our way of thinking, bro. Until that happens, we always going to be lost, bro. I'm telling you, man. Real talk.
And the you know, to rebut that part, like, you know, when we was growing up, we was able to be kids. Like, we was able to be kids, you know what I'm saying? And even though some of us probably didn't have a father in the household or what, but we was able to still be kids. We didn't have social media, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people like to blame all this on hip hop and all this other stuff. Like, both of us, we grew up listening to hip hop, right? I can listen to you that don't mean I want to go out here and do this, right? Luckily for us, we are around when social media has just first started, right? We old enough to be that. For me, now kids growing up so fast, they growing up way faster than what we did because of social media, because of what they see. Whether if it's, you know, women getting their bodies done, or other women feel like they got to do that, or men, you know, holding the money to their ear or carrying guns. So now kids be thinking that they have to do that to be cool. When we used to just watch cartoons. Like, life used to be so simple back then than what it was, how it is now. These kids growing up at so fast, and now it's like stuff like what happened to young Dolph. These youngsters out here, man, just living reckless, man. Like, and to me, I feel like when you make it big, right, you don't owe the hood anything, right? The only thing you owe your hood is to show them the blueprint on how you do it, on how you did it, right? The only people you owe stuff to is your parents, your siblings, and your kids. Like, pretty much the people that was in your circle from when you was born. Those are people that you owe your life to, because they pretty much raised you and taught you everything that you need to know about this world.
I agree.
Good thing, because he's rich, he owed me something. No, he don't. Now, if he want to give you something, then that's on him. He can do so. But hating on this man and taking his life away, that's taking somebody away that helped your community, that was doing positive things and showing these kids a different way. You took another brother on, like, for stupidness, man.
Absolutely.
And
the thing is, though, not to cut you off. See, the thing is, everybody want to get put on, quote unquote, right?
Mm-hmm.
My question to that is, if I give you that opportunity for me to pull you up or put you on, quote unquote, as people would say, then what credentials you got to help me, on the journey?
Right.
You just want me to put you on and do what with you? Like sit you down and put money in your hand and bro, you're gonna have to work. That's if you benefiting, with me. You know what I'm saying? Like not just to have you clinked on to me and say, yeah, bro, my boy Dave, you put me on, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you just want the kudos from it. But you don't want to put in the actual blood, sweat, and tears to get it, get it working. You know what I'm saying? I told you, man, it's ignorance, bro, that's a sad thing, man. For real. We gotta wake up out this imaginary thing that we believe in that somebody supposed to give us handouts, bro.
Right.
And it doesn't work like that.
No. And now it's more easier. It's more easier now to put yourself on than it was back in the day when rappers was coming up. Because back in the day, if you wanted to get put on, you had to go to these record labels. You had to already have a hot track out. Now with social media, you could pretty much put yourself on. You don't really even need nobody no more, like you did back in the day when rappers was just coming out back when we was growing up. Like you needed that engine. Nowadays, you got social media, you got Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you got Twitter, you got everything you need to be successful. All you have to do is just put in that work, put in that grind, and then eventually somebody going to see you.
Absolutely, I agree.
If you put out a hot product.
I remember, I really remember how it was back then in my era where you had to. I remember you had to mail the music off.
Yeah.
What I remember, you know what I'm saying, and you had to have demos and stuff like that. Even the mixtape era. So you had to really. That's why you appreciate the grind more because of the journey that you had to do to really get it out there. Now with social media, especially how the internet and technology is now, don't get me wrong, it got its gifts and curse to it.
Right.
That you're able to press a link or your profile or whatever you got to do just to get to that artist now. That's the real easiest thing you can do. Mm-hmm. The problem with that is it gave the consumer too much access to too much shit. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? To where you gave the regular Joe the idea of thinking, okay, I can do all this without, I don't got to have no street credibility. I don't got to be no quote unquote real, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't need no credentials no more. I don't need nothing to speak for me. You know what I'm saying? I can literally be somebody named Stanley and get behind a keyboard and I can make up my first name, last name, email address, and a password. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, you don't have to pay for none of this. This is free information.
Right.
So I tell some of my little G's, I say, look, Ron, you got everything in front of you. So in order for you to have somebody, quote unquote, the bag, which we all know, like a fake CEO or somebody who acting like they know what they're doing. What is this purpose of being in your life for as your career when you can do everything for yourself? You don't need him. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing about it, you don't know. So that's why because you don't know how to use it. Right. Think about it. He know how to use you because he know lack of knowledge. He don't. All right. Just for example, let's say I come at you and say, big brother, I don't know how to use, social media. I don't know how to woo. Right. And let's say he can mouthpiece you into a point where, look, you pay me, I'll show you how to.
Right.
And it's like, bro, hold on, you that lazy, bro, to where you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What you need him for?
Absolutely.
It's the question. So that's what people gotta understand. It's too much free information out here, bro. You can type in how to get an ASCAP. You can type in how to get your LLC license. You don't need someone to teach you to show that. You can go on YouTube. I'm sure how creators is. You can go on YouTube, bro. Literally, YouTube University, I call it.
Absolutely.
And you can learn. You already know. Free course. All 4 years. You can. You know what I'm saying? You can get on that thing, B, and you can learn. I don't care if you're trying to build a house from scratch. Mm-hmm. You can learn how to do it with tutorials on YouTube. This is free information.
And but you're not lying. And you're not lying. I learned how to build my whole website off of watching YouTube. Like the YouTube video was probably like 15, 20 minutes, but it took me like a couple of hours because I had to pause the video, get into the website and make it just the way I wanted to, like each point. But it took me a long time to do it, but I done it. And it ended up coming out better than what I thought it was because like you say, I went to YouTube University and I didn't have to pay nobody to do it. I just did it myself and just taught myself how to do it by watching videos. But, at the end of the day, bro, the moral of the story is, bro, We got to do better.
Absolutely.
The end of a couple of days ago, they did find that car. They did find that car that did
Yeah. I seen
the
it.
killing. That did that killing. And the crazy thing about it, yesterday, that same house where they got their car from, a dude got shot and killed that in that same spot where they found their house. I mean, where they found that all white Mercedes Benz.
Yeah, and don't forget, you know, the memorial wound up getting shot.
Oh yeah, and they end up catching them.
Right. So.
And they end up catching them. And the moral of the story, man, is we got to do better, bro. As a community for one, but we got to look out for ourselves, man. We doing a bad job of it by killing each other over stupidness and
it's always the case, man.
And just just rest in peace to all our to everybody, man, in the hip hop game that got killed and stuff like that. It's just crazy, man. And young Dolph, man, we lost a good one, bro. Another good brother, man.
Yes, sir. But I definitely want to bring some awareness even for the OGs, all y'all out there, man, who play the OG card and play this big brother role. It's also your responsibility as well. I know there's a lot of y'all kind of like playing the cut and like I ain't trying to get involved in. But bro, this is the best
you have
time.
to.
Guys, you gotta I ain't saying you gotta jump in front of a bullet. I wouldn't even say if you want to protest, that's fine. That's not gonna make me look soft.
No.
But right now, if you really want to play, the big brother role, this is the time to do it. We need your guidance more than anything. I done had OGs who, was involved in certain things like that, but they also gave me the game. So we don't have them OGs no more who really gave the game and didn't want you to go the path they was going. You know what I'm saying? None of y'all, it's like y'all out here. I know y'all out here. Y'all under a rock somewhere. It's time to get from under that rock and do your job, man. For real. If you want to play this big brother role or this OG role, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we got
to get involved, bro. You know what I mean? Because right now they need your guidance more than ever. I'm not saying you got to be their daddy. I'm not saying you got to be their great uncle. I'm not saying you got to be their grandson, grandpa, whatever you want to call it. All I'm saying is for the OGs out there who still telling tales from back in the 70s, 80s, get your ass off the milk crates and handle your business. Go out. That's if you, like I said, if you don't want to be a part of it, that's your choice. Cool.
Well, stop calling yourself an OG then. If you don't want to be a part of the solution and grab these little youngsters and put them by the neck and say, hey, man, what you're doing is goofy, bro. If you don't want to be a part of that, then stop calling yourself a big brother. Stop calling yourself an OG because you're not neither one of those. Because OG always look out for the youngsters, always. And you see these youngsters who, getting crazy out here in the streets. Pull them on the side because if you're an OG, that means you got street cred. That means you know something that they don't know. You pull them on the side because you my OG. If I know if I need advice for something, and if I'm doing something stupid, I know you're gonna tell me. Cause like that's the type of relationship we have. I'm doing something stupid, you're gonna get on me, and I'm gonna listen because you know. If you don't want to be an OG, then stop calling yourself that. Point blank.
Yeah, we got OGs at the end of the day. Right, fact. Not to cut you off, I'm sorry. But yeah, we got OGs at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And anybody from the 80s, you're OG, bro. You're a young OG because you lived this long to able to say it. Mm-hmm. You lived this long. We come from the era where 14, 15, 16, 21-year-old didn't even exist. Damn near, because they was getting knocked off that fast. But by me being the age that I am now, and I grew up, bro, more mature, more wise, I consider myself a young OG to where I'm willing to share this knowledge from any podcast to any platform to any YouTube channel. That's my job because I have a son. You know what I'm saying? And I want him to be guided the same way my daughter.
Right.
So it's my responsibility to do it. I had no choice.
Right.
Stop ducking away from the fact that it's almost like the role model role. Like, man, say, bro, I ain't really, I'm being honest with you, bro. I ain't really trying to be no role model. Then, bro,
it's not even about being. It's about you see these youngsters out here doing wrong. So how about you tell them don't do this because I didn't made these same mistakes and they didn't get me nowhere.
Thanks.
It's not even about being a role model. It's about don't let these youngsters mess up their life like you did.
Right.
If you could stop them, right? You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm glad that they found the call. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that and they had the investigator from that lady from First 48. She's the one that's on young Dolph case. I can't remember her name.
Okay.
I can't remember her name, but she's a black lady. She's on. I know who she is. I just can't remember the name because I didn't watch first 48 so many times, and it's only a matter of time, but they gonna catch them goofy niggas that did that stuff. But like I said, more of the story is we got to do better, man.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
Rest in peace to young Dolph and his family and his kids.
Sure.
And now, man, we can get to the state of hip hop, man. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Talk about it. Yeah. Talk about it.
Me and my uncles gonna be talking all the time, like my older uncles, right? And they say that hip hop now is worse, right? So I'm gonna ask you, how do you feel about the state of hip hop now? How do you feel about it? Like, do you like it? Is it good for hip hop? Like, how do you feel about it?
I mean, it's in categories. Now we have, as far as making money, it's a good thing.
Because they're making way more money than rappers back in the day.
Yeah. Like these guys are getting to the bag pretty fast. But you know what I'm saying? The bad thing is that they don't know how to manage the money as time go on.
Right.
And they don't have no kind of. That's being educated as well to know how to manage your money. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like I told it, but it's just like being on the block. It's fast money. You know what I'm saying? The fame and people, notoriety, stuff like that. So you got to know how to manage your money, bro, because as time go on, you can't duck the fact that you ain't going to be a 30, 40, 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? I think a problem with us, especially in hip hop, we live for the now, not for later. You know what I'm saying? And when we later get here, we're trying to play catch up. Because, bro, I didn't know, bro. I wish I would have known what I know now.
Right.
That's the point that me and you trying to break.
Right.
Know it now.
Right.
Instead of later. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the things about hip hop that I like, don't like, which is getting money, which is the objective. But the bad thing is, where's the management? Where's the, on knowing how to manage your money?
Right.
That's one thing. Two, if we talking content, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't, no diss to all the young dudes out there who making their music. I just wish it was more diverse, and I wish it was the scale was tipped a little bit more, like half and half. Like you got Cash Money back in the day. Yeah, they was bling, 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 but they also gave you songs like Tuesdays and Thursdays. Watch out for the freak. You see what I'm saying? You had a diverse with them. You know what I'm saying? They had dudes always been showing money, all the other stuff we just mentioned. But it also was a flip side to the coin as well. But you got the real music and you got reality music and conscious music all in between.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So the state of hip hop is like, it's like half and half. It's more of a preference thing. If you enter what the sound is today, then cool. If you somebody like me who love lyrics, content,
right,
the Jadas, the Nas's, et cetera, then, as a listener, that's what I look out for. That's why I say it's preference. Right now, the generation we talking about, the singing, the Drake style singing with the little auto-tune is winning now. So you can't get mad at that. It gonna go, it's gonna win. You see what I'm saying? But me personally, I feel like it needs to be more diverse. I think, the content of lyricism needs to be put a little bit more in the forefront if you're a thinker. But now we give people attention span to what people don't want to think as much. They don't care about, it's just as simple as this. Instead of me walking you around the block to show you the how it look around here, I don't even care about that, bro. I just want to go across the street.
Right.
That's what the difference is right now. You know what I'm saying? So state of hip hop, to put it all in, in one nutshell, I feel like it's half and half. You know what I'm saying? It's all boiled down to preference of what you like. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
Right.
Period.
My problem with old heads, right? I'm talking about like people that's like in a like late 40s and all that. Like try to make it seem like they try to make it seem like everybody back in the day was lyrical. No, they was not, because you had Run DMC. They made party music, like they made music where you can jam. And
we going back that far, absolutely.
Yeah, like they wasn't. Not everybody was making lyrical music back then. I mean, you all like how it is now. That's how it was back in the day, right?
Totally agree.
And for me, when I was growing up, right? I used to listen to like a lot of Texas music. Like a lot of artists, like from Zero to Lil Kiki, like they wasn't lyrical, but they made music. I'm a country boy, so they made music to make you like pretty much like, you know, ride to whatever like that. Now, if I wanted to get lyrical, listen to lyrical music, like my cousin, like my big brother, he my cousin, Jay Nico, he put me on Outkast. He put me on Wu-Tang, 46 Chambers. You know? Like he put me on lyrical rappers like Common and stuff like that. These old heads thinking that if you're not lyrical, then you can't rap. Like, but back in the day, they wasn't doing all that. Like, I mean, you had your Nas's and your Jay-Z's and your Tupac, but not everybody was lyrical though. And it, like they trying to make it seem like back in that era.
I think what they getting mixed up at is that that's not necessary. That's not lyrical, quote unquote. I think what he's trying to say, whoever it is you're talking about, is that the content was different. You didn't have to be like, let's put it like this here. There's no rules to this. Let's get that out the way now. There's no rules of a lyricist to be successful.
Exactly.
No, you don't have to be it's all about style and preference. It's all about whatever works for you. If that's what's gonna work to get you where you need to go, cool. But at the end of the day, it's just the content. That's what me and my look. Shout out to Charlie once again. We talk about content all the time, about putting out good music. And back then, that was the era where you had to put out good music, but it come with also a gumbo pot full of lyricism, content, you know, R&B, like real music, real talent. Like you had to really sing. Now, the machine, you know, and the auto-tune, you know, it's all cool, whatever, but that's what's really making your talent, if that's what you want to call it, to be honest with you. I don't even call it talent, but the truth of it is, you need a machine to get you, you know, the extra, But back then, you had to really have hardcore talent, what we call God-gift talent. That's what we call it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, you know what? I know what I was trying to say. It was like, it's a lot of copy and pasting going on. Like, if this the style that everybody on, then we're going to run with this style. I'm from an era where you can't take nobody's style. You can't jack nobody's style.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? You have to be original with your content and the way how you come out with your music. Now, that's not the case no more. If, you know, shout out to Soulja Boy, you know, I'm just throwing him out there.
Oh, man,
if Soulja Boy come out with a new dance move or a new style, or, you know, everybody, that's working. That's what everybody doing. I'm going to get that. This is the generation we in now. Following is the thing. I come from an era where, you know, even if you're going to follow, which wasn't all the way cool, but if you're going to follow, you're going to follow in the right direction. Right. They trying to follow whoever popping. That's where I'm trying to follow him. So there's no leadership in this no more. You got to lead by example. You know what I'm saying? And also each one teach one. You feel me? So I think that's the problem with the game. Like, all right, bro, like what make you so different than dude? Because you're not doing no different than what dude doing. You literally took this, like literally downloaded his style and added an update to it. So that's the problem I got with the game. You know what I'm saying? What you said about whoever you was talking about, the OG. I wouldn't say lyrically per se, even though that was the thing to be, which is an MC, but it was diversity all in between that. That's what I mean. That's what's missing with the game. You can have your little Rob waves, that kind of wave. You can have that boy nice too. But I also, you already know, but I also want, you know, that, all right, we got the Pat Pooses, we got the, you know, the Commons, we got the Joe Buttons, we got them kind of people that's also bringing lyricism to the forefront. So like I said, at the end of the day, all this breaks down to preference. It's which you prefer. You know what I mean? Word.
And I got to tell people, these kids now, they rapping about what they doing now, right? And like, if you really give some of these people a chance, like we really like NBA YoungBoy make good music. I got a list. Hold on. Lil Baby, he make good music. The Baby, the Migos, G Herbo, Young and Ace. This dude named Mozzie. You got Moneybagg Yo. Like these people make good music. If you really get these young, like you know, the people that's coming up now, if you really give them a chance, you'll see that, oh man, these boys make good music. But if you don't like it, cool. But these kids not making music for your 45 and on up. They ain't making music for y'all. They making music for people that's their age and a little bit younger. That's what they're making music for. They're not making music for no, for my age on up. But me, I'm gonna give them a chance. And some people, like, you got people like, you got Kendrick Lamar that make good music. You got Wale that's making good music. Like, if you want to listen to something besides what Lil Durk and G Herbo them doing, or Rod Whip, like, you got other content. Like you got other people that you can listen to that's talking about what you want to listen to.
Right.
It's not everybody. Like, people complain about what Drake do. Like when Drake want to rap, he get busy. Like, I'm just gonna be like, when Drake want to rap, Drake get busy on the mic. But he also like to sing. And majority of people that gonna buy his music is who? Women.
Absolutely.
So why would he change his format, right? Why would he change his format on what he's doing if it's working? Right. Every project that Drake ever came out with, to me, I feel like was nice. Now, do I wish he would rap a little bit more because he can rap? Absolutely. Right. But he's going to play both sides of the coin because it's working. He's making a lot of money singing to these women. His women gonna buy his music, probably more than what dudes are going to, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, man, you got to give these youngsters a chance. I feel like hip hop is in a good place because you got different people. I think these old heads just mad because these youngsters making way more money than these boys than when they was back in the day. And it's a little bit more easier too. I think that's another thing that them old heads don't like to see, on how easy it is now for these youngsters to come up. Because I ain't gonna lie, like NBA Youngboy, he's from Louisiana. That boy running things, man. Like, when it comes down to like YouTube views, he only second behind Drake. Right. It's just them two, and then everybody else. Right. When it come out of YouTube views or streaming and stuff like that, like NBA Youngboy last project, he released it while he was in jail. Right. Did numbers, right? And people like, oh, he's trash. I'm like, but he playing music, he rapping music that these kids like. It's not about what you like. You 50-something years old, or you 30, or you like my age, like you my age. Like, these kids, they're not making music for you. If you don't want to listen to it, then don't. But to say hip hop is in a bad state, I don't agree with that, because I listen to a lot of these youngsters, and I ain't gonna lie, they make me bow my head, man. Like, they ain't lyrical, but if I want to listen to lyrical, then I'm gonna go listen to Common. I'm gonna go listen to Outkast. I'm gonna go listen to people that gonna rap about the same thing. Like, I got a homeboy that's in his 20s named Eddie. A good dude. He stays in Dallas. Now, he make the type of music that I can listen to. Like, he's a lyrical rapper. Shout out to him. A real dope. He's an MC. And the reason why I knew he was going to be nice was because the simple fact is the people that he listened to, even though he's 20, like, I think he might be like 25, 26 years old, but he grew up listening to like Nas, Jay-Z, T.I. So you know the type of music he was going to make. Right. Me, I think hip hop is in good hands, man. They're making way more money now than they ever been, just coming out. The only thing I hate is the songs be like 2 minutes, 1 minute. Yeah, it's like they're making lazy music. Man. It's like you get into the song, then before you know it, it's over, bro.
And you might, you know what I mean? Like I said, the format of music has changed. You know what I mean? Not to cut you off, the format of music has changed to where I come from 16 bars. It could be 2 verses or maybe 3. 9 out of 10 is gonna be 3 verses. It ain't got so bad to the point where now people attention span is so high, they're not even caring about listening to the rest of the song. They just want to get the moment out of it, which is the 2-minute minimum, kind of. Yeah. So, but it's like I say, it's a gift and a curse. Now you don't got to work as hard. You don't got to wreck your brain to come up with a 3rd verse, even though it's like the cheat code kind of, you know what I mean? So now, if you really want to put some music down, if you can, all right, bro, if you can't come up with 12 bars, bro, you know what I mean?
You don't need to be doing this.
You don't need to be, like, for real, you know what I'm saying? Because it chopped off. You don't got to come up with a 3rd.
Right.
So the whole format of music has changed. Like I said, it's a gift and a curse. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, shout out to all the dudes out there who still do music at an age of your late 30s, mid 30s, or in between. But you gotta know at this point, man, like, if you don't have no bangers or you don't have something that can really attack hard, then do it for the love, bro. You know what I mean? Do your EP, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It's still a young man's sport at the end of the day. It's still a young man's sport at the end of the day. That's something that you just, it's just cemented. You can't change that part of it.
Heck,
you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it's many ways to make money in music. like what we doing now, the podcast thing like that. You shoot music videos, something I'm into. You know what I'm saying? You could do your music on the side, stuff like that, but you have to find your way. You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop using the handicap of, well, Snoop Dogg, he's still, at 50 years old, he's still doing this little thing. Or we got such and such. But them dudes build their way into this.
Absolutely.
You dig what I'm saying? For all the old heads out there, they build. Keep in mind, this man been since 91, 90.
Yeah.
Shout out to James. We were talking about this earlier. You know what I'm saying? So we had to build. They had to, like, career-wise. And I think Snoop Dogg, and I take my hat off the dude, bro. Like, he got the longest run. Almost on all the, at least top 5, top 3 for sure. From the 91 till 2021. Never slowed down, never had a bad break, maybe somewhere in between. But the truth of it is, his career lasted that long. Man, that man got to get flowers for that, man.
And you want to know why too? Because he learned how to adjust, right? He wasn't none of these, he wasn't one of these old rappers like all these kids messing up. No, what he did was these youngsters love him because you want to know why? That's Uncle Snoop to them, right? Because Uncle Snoop always showed love to these youngsters, always showing love to them, always giving them opportunity because he did a song with him being a young boy. If you're an old head and you rapping still, that's the way to do it. Snoop Dogg giving you the blueprint. He's doing music with these youngsters. He's not bashing these youngsters. That's how Snoop Dogg able to keep it so relevant. Snoop Dogg just came out with a new album Friday. I never listened to it yet, but he just came out with a new album. He keeping it so relevant. He's not hating on these youngsters. He's not saying, "Oh man, music is bad." Now, what he's doing is he's Uncle Snoop. He's staying relevant. He's doing song with youngsters, and he's showing love. My only problem is with hip hop today is songs. Albums, whole project might be 28 minutes long.
Right.
Or, every song is 2 minutes, right? Or people got mad at Kanye West because his last album that just came out named with Donna, I think Donna.
Yeah.
It had 20-something songs on there, right? But if you grew up in an era like we did, the Master P's had double disc. So people like me, we appreciate that. Absolutely. I appreciate that because I'm getting full bodies of work.
That's if you come from the No Limit era.
Yeah.
Every CD was 21, 22 songs. You feel me? So,
we come from that. I like the Donna album. Some people think it was like, oh, it was too long. It was just too drawn out. I'm like, if you come from that era like we did, when you was getting double disc because the songs were so long that they had to give you a double disc. Like we grew up off of that. I like the album. Me personally, it's different and it's fresh. And I just, like I say, man, I think what these youngsters doing, bro, I think it's good. I think it is good for hip hop. Some people, disagree with that, but that's just my opinion on it. Like I say, but I love where hip hop is going, man, because it's revolving. This is not 1991. This is 2021. Like, kids is not rapping about what you rap about because they didn't grow up like y'all did in the 90s, or like we did when we were born in the 80s and the 90s. Like they grew up in a different era. They grew up in social media era. They grew up in TikTok area, Instagram. They growing up in social media era, so their content is going to be different. And these old heads acting like these youngsters doing drugs, like this the only era that's doing drugs. Let's just keep it real. Back in the day, people had their drug of choice, whether it was cocaine or weed, or they was popping pills because they was called jiggers back in the day. People, you know what I'm saying? So let's stop acting like these kids is messing with hip hop because they talking about drugs and stuff. Back in the day when I was in school, they would talk about drinking lean. They were pouring up a foe. So stop blaming these youngsters on this drug stuff too. That's another argument that they do. Oh man, these kids teaching our kids to do all these drugs. I'm like, no, back in the day, bro, y'all had cokeheads. These rappers was on cocaine. Like let's just be honest, bro. Like, and I love the music back in the day, but let's just keep it in its proper perspective. Like both eras than drugs, bro.
Right.
They like to talk about these youngster clothes. I grew up watching Soul Train. You watch Soul Train? You see how tight them clothes was?
That's to say enough right there. You know what I mean? Amazing, baby. That tell you right there, you feel me?
Right. So, and I talk about these rappers' clothes. Like, I watched Soul Train. These niggas' clothes was tight. Like, just keep it. Like, They were dressing. I don't know, bro. I mean, what's your opinion on that, bro?
Which part?
With the drugs.
Oh, okay. It ain't no different, bro. I mean, the best way to say it is that it is worse. You know what I mean? But it ain't too far-fetched than what it was in our generation either.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think the problem is social media kind of put a scope on what everybody do on an everyday basis.
Gotcha.
Back then, we didn't have camera, social media to show everything we doing. So that's why
you're right. You're right.
Right. That's why the old heads feel like, man, we ain't show no money and nothing like that, whatever. Woo. But the truth of it is, I remember vividly, doing flashing bread, you know what I'm saying? You just ain't had the cameras involved.
Right.
So that's the difference between the two. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm an 80s baby all day. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't too far-fetched. Now, I ain't gonna lie, the youngsters is taking it too far with it. Now, I gotta agree with my old heads on this one. But that's why I said earlier, that's why the old heads need to get their asses off the milk crates.
Right.
And if you feel like it's something wrong or an error that need to be fixed, then why not say nothing? You know what I mean? But if you say that, I know why they ain't saying nothing, though. Let's keep it real. Because they feel like it's judgmental or you don't want to be looked at a hater, quote unquote. That's the problem, bro. Now you caring about what somebody else think?
Right.
Man. So don't complain if you're not gonna solve the problem, fall back, bro. That's all I can tell you.
Absolutely. Now I will say this. Not today's artists, they is telling on themselves. They're getting their own self arrested, bro. Like by the stuff that they post, whether it's guns, like you a convicted felon, right? But you posted guns on social media.
Talk about it.
And then now you surprised that the police come breaking your door. Now you talking about you got ops. No, you your own op. Like you your own.
Yeah, like
you told on yourself because you on Instagram.
Yeah,
and you smoking,
bro.
Right? Like
ain't no old lady peeping through the windows on you, cousin.
No, it's on social media.
Like I said, I'm glad you brought it up because you got to have accountability of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, somebody watching you that hard to where they're gonna just play. I'm not saying dudes don't do that. I'm not saying it. But in this generation, it's more y'all doing than the haters, quote unquote, or the ops that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. We got a whole responsibility, man. That's what it is, bro.
And that's the thing. They spoil you now, man. They spoil. It's everybody else's fault but theirs, bro. Like you literally on Instagram Live posting guns, talking about you gonna do this to somebody, or you got ops, or you gonna take care of this, or you smoking weed, and then now the police is knocking on your door. So now you on social media again talking about somebody. No, bro. You did it to yourself. Like nobody told on you. You told on yourself. Like you an idiot. If you're in them streets living that life, why would you promote that like on social media? You should want to be the most low-key person it is. If you living like that. Back in the day, you didn't hear nobody talking like that back then. I would say that.
Not at all.
I would.
Now, well, he's not the majority. You know what I mean?
Right.
Talks like that, but it wasn't the majority. I say that to say this. You would think what happened to 6ix9ine would have woke everybody up who trying to pretend to be something that they not.
Right.
It's like y'all just ain't getting it, bro. Like he's like the ceiling of what not to do.
Now, let me ask you a question, right?
Right.
I'm glad you touched on that 6ix9ine because I was gonna forget. I'm glad you touched on that, right? Let me ask you a question, right? Everything that went down with Tekashi 6ix9ine, right? Do you blame Tekashi 6ix9ine for everything that happened, or you blame the dude that was really living like that? Do you blame them? Because me personally, right? I blame the people that was hanging around Tekashi because Tekashi was not built like that. He was never no gangster. He was never built like that. All he did was portray something that he wasn't. And the people that are really living like that, right? They seen an opportunity to get money, to use them, and then was shocked all of a sudden when he got indicted that he started snitching on people. Tekashi was never in that life. So the rules never applied to him. Even though was he wrong for telling? Absolutely. But the people that really lived that life, they got to hold themselves accountable because you seen an opportunity, you seen a lot of money on the table, and you took it, being greedy.
Absolutely.
Knowing that man was not built. He was never built like that. He's scary. He's a punk. Tekashi is a punk.
Totally agree.
And he did exactly what he was supposed to do. Tell the first chance he get was to save himself. Do I promote snitching? Absolutely not. Because, like I said, we grew up a little. I mean, we grew up different than what he did. He didn't grow up. He grew up.
Right.
He didn't grow up like that. He didn't hang around bad people. He didn't do all this stupid stuff. Right.
Right.
He was trying to portray something that he wasn't, and some real people that was, really living like that. Right.
Right.
Seen opportunity. Now they behind bars, and this dude that they protecting is out. Snitched them out, rat them out.
Right.
How you feel about that, man? And who you hold accountable for that?
I think you pretty much answered it for both of us. I was about to get into that. That was a great way of, a way how you described it. That's really what it was, man. I mean, the dudes, who supposed to be bloods, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying? Whatever how you do is how you do, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you knew this dude wasn't really, y'all saw money in him. And everybody dived into that. But like I said, that put a hinder on that shit because I thought you had to be all the way official to join the game. That's how it look.
I thought too.
That's the truth, but that's how it's supposed to be. Like you got to be certified or get, whatever way y'all do, how you get joined in the game, how you get initiated in the game. That's how it's supposed to go. Y'all saw money in son, and that's all that was, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man, come on, we know that dude wasn't. Man, that boy wasn't about to take them hockey jersey numbers, man. He wasn't about to do it.
Heck no.
He wasn't about to do it, bro. So look at it like this. This is the best way to describe this situation. The Matrix. You got the red pill, and you got the blue pill.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you want to get out of this fantasy, you know what pill you got to take.
Right.
That's the choice that Neo had to make. That's why I love that movie so much, man, because it got a little action, but it got jewels in between.
Right.
So that's what Tekashi is. You know what pill he took. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? So that shit woke. I feel like that should have woke everybody up.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm talking about for anybody who's faking and pretending to be something that they're not. He is the ceiling of what not to do. Period. You don't got to read no book on this there's no religion. There's nothing. He's it's right there for you to see.
Right.
So it's like, what the hell, bro? You know what I mean? So,
but once again, OGs should have stepped in because he cannot claim those colors. First of all, we all know if you want to be a part of that, you already know what goes down.
You already know. You already know.
You got to go into that, right? He was not that never happened with Shikashi. He ended up doing all this stupid stuff. A lot of this stuff he brought on himself because of the way he was acting, right? And the simple fact is, what he did was he wrong for doing what he did? Absolutely, bro. He got them boys arrested, gonna do serious jail time and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And what he did was wrong. Absolutely. He responsible for a lot of this stuff for everything. Right. But like once again, he was a civilian trying to be a rapper, right?
And at the end, you know what I'm saying?
Right. He was a civilian acting like something he wasn't. They knew that. Now they sitting behind bars off of something that they shouldn't be sitting behind bars for. And now they upset with Shikashi calling him a rat. Yeah, is he a rat? Yes. But he's a civilian, man. Like this man was never built like that.
Boy, Mook said he a neutral rat, you heard? That boy a neutral rat, you heard?
Absolutely, bro. Like
neutral rat. Shout out to my boy Mook, you heard?
Man, that boy, bro, and then guess what he did? He got out of jail, right? And went back to do the same thing.
Good.
Went back to trolling people. Went back to going at people.
Right.
Now, a lot of people got mad at Meek Mill because of he didn't clap back at Shikashi. What if this man Meek Mill would have did something to Shikashi? Meek would have got in tree, would lost everything because he messing with somebody that's not fit, that's not built like that.
Yeah, it ain't worth his energy to even, I understand, he trying to, the code of the street, trying to, keep it where it's at. But at the end of the day, bro, he'll crash them and waiting to happen.
Bro, yeah.
That's just what it is, bro. Like, I'm gonna tell you another thing I'm about to touch on too. Now, we talking eras and music, whatever. What the fuck is a Tekashi 6ix9ine? Like, what is that?
A made-up character.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's a made-up character. He didn't even earn that name.
But that's the thing, bro. Like, the names these motherfuckers be picking, like, it don't even go together. Like, call me Lil Tech 9 grenade launcher. Like, what the the fuck is that? Like, what you doing with that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These dudes come up with wild names, bro. Like, it's like your name, like, all right, see, shout out to Mac, my boy Mac on, free Mac. You know what I'm saying? Legend, shell shot, World War III. But Mac makes sense. You know what I'm saying? C Murder, Mystical, Mia X, the list goes on and on, bro. I can't think out the head. No disrespect to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Just going off the head with it. But the truth of it is, bro, these names were also chosen or it picked you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The guys, what the fuck? Why is you? The name alone didn't even make me want to,
bro.
Kid me. So it's wild, bro. You know what I mean?
I don't know how you count that name, bro. The name, bro. And they allowed this man in hip hop, bro.
Right.
And all these quote unquote gangsters let this man get away with too much stuff. They let him. This man went all the way to Chicago, right? So supposedly, he went to Chicago,
right,
to one of the hardest streets in Chicago. He went there talking crazy, bro. I'm talking about talking crazy, bro. And nobody told him nothing. The people that was hanging with him should have said, hey, bro, I don't think it's a good idea. And then on the flip side of things, the people that was supposed to be protecting him, the one that's in jail, was smashing his baby mama. Like this is the type of stuff that's going on with the days. Like, it was smashing his baby mama. So he was like, well, and his whole excuse of telling on them was, well, they wasn't, loyal to me. They was smashing my baby mama. So why should I be loyal?
Short answer to that, this is what you signed up for, brother. That's the short answer to that, bro. You know what I mean?
What you signed up for, bro?
You signed up for, bro. You sign your name on the dotted line. You know what come with this. You know what don't come with it. You know the rules of the game, cousin. If you don't know, you should have did your homework.
And on top of that, you got with a group of niggas that didn't even know you like that, but you wanted to be a part of that world.
Right.
So you got exactly what you deserve. You got exactly what you deserve.
Absolutely. He definitely got caught in the way. Because I remember he was trying to put chain on somebody's head. Remember that?
That was T. Keith.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, dude was wild, man. Dude was,
and Tekashi blamed that on the people that he got locked up. He blamed that part on the people that he got locked up. So that's the type of stuff that this generation is doing, bro. Wearing colorful hair, you know what I'm saying? And then letting this dude say nigga this and nigga that, and nobody holding him accountable for using that.
Right.
For using the N-word. But at the end of the day, bro, this new generation of rap, even though they make good, some of them make good music, but you also got a lot of idiots that's not being held accountable.
Totally agree.
And like, once again, these OGs got to put some of these idiots on the side and say, hey, bro, what you're doing is going to get you hurt. Even the people that's in the rap game, but got to put some of these youngsters over and say, hey, bro, what you're doing.
I'm pretty sure they are. But it's a lot of behind the scenes shit going on. Up front, say, look, if I told dude about nobody don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I understand why too, though. So it's both sides of the fence. But with like the Tekashis and a few other Tekashis out there, this ain't for you, bro. If you ain't about doing that time, bro, you ain't about, come on, man, don't fuck with this shit, man. Like, leave it alone, bro. Leave it alone. It's nothing wrong. Let me say, let's start with this. It's nothing wrong with being a nerd.
Absolutely.
It's nothing wrong with being a square. It's nothing wrong with being a tax-paying citizen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all caught up in that music world, bro. Like, it's all entertainment. I'm not saying there ain't no real shit in it. But at the end of the day, bro, you know what you signed up for. You know what I'm saying? You got to take the bitter with the sweet and move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
taking your lick. You hear me? Taking your lick mean that if you know you in some crime activity and both y'all go down, you knew the circumstances jumping in the car. You knew the circumstances going into the building. You knew the circumstances going into the bank or whatever the fuck people be doing out here. Right. Take the lick, dog. If this ain't for you and you can't see yourself behind bars, or you definitely see yourself, man, I might got a rat on. If you have that dart in your head,
right,
don't do it, bro.
And it's simple. It's simple, bro. If you can't
peer pressure, that's what it is. Come on, man. Nowadays we dealing with peer pressure.
Right.
They made me do it. I mean, come on, man, cut it out, man. Stop. We ain't doing that, brother. At all. At all.
And it's okay. And it's okay to be to be a good person, man. So like it's okay to be a square like me. I'm not no gangster, right? But I'm a man first. I'm not gonna let nobody do nothing to me, but I'm not gonna go around here looking for no trouble either. I'm not gonna be out here posting no guns and posting no money and bringing attention to myself. No, like they even got people our age doing that. Like, bro, like so at some point in time you got to grow up. As something you got to grow up and be like, man, what I'm doing, bro, is not efficient at all.
Right.
But like I say, bro, that's just the I don't know, bro. That's hip hop for you, bro. You know, we got colorful people with colorful hair trolling people, bro, and getting people locked up, and it's acceptable, bro. And these old heads is not holding these youngsters accountable for the bullshit. But hey, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but anything else you want to touch on?
You know what I'm saying?
It's just, man, like,
right, you know.
And let me ask you another question before we get off here. Let me ask you a quick question. Would you allow your kids to listen to, let's just say, NBA YoungBoy? Would you like how do you feel about parents letting their kids listening to the type of music that's going on right now, like as far as like the NBA YoungBoys?
It's half and half. I don't think it's like I said, it's half and half. I don't think that the parents are literally saying, you know, you can listen to NBA YoungBoy.
Right.
I think what it is that these kids, you know, once they get on that school bus, bro, and they go walk with or leave out the household, you can't really monitor them unless you literally stalking them to the school. You know what I'm saying? Like literally sitting down with them. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, because once you put a phone in their hand, it ain't like you can restrict certain things. They're gonna find a way to get through that shit, man. Right. So I think what it is, bro, like I think at a certain age, you know, like I'm gonna use my son for example, man. Like, you know, he listens to music, he listens to me. You know what I'm saying? So, and he listens to a lot of outside music as well.
Right.
Me and his mom did sit down the ground rule, like, look, you can't play that, you know, that stuff up in here. You know what I'm saying? First of all, it's too loud. So you gotta cut that down. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you gotta set the ground rules early instead of him, you know, thinking he can listen what he want to listen to. Now, I ain't gonna lie, it's a bit of a contradiction in between, because it's cool for him not to listen to that kind of music, but we watching Lethal Weapon on some other, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we got to cut the bond. That's where they got to stop at. We got to kind of be a little bit more diverse about it. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to let your kid listen to this kind of music, then you got to let them, you got to, I guess, select the music for them. I don't know what you got to do. But you have to, you know, let them know, like, look, this is entertainment. This ain't real. You know, it's all, you know, entertainment at the end of the day. But to make a short story short is that, do I let my son listen to that kind of music? No.
All right. And you know what? I agree with that. You know, when I'm like when my son down here with me, right? Because I co-parent, right? Okay, cool. And so when I have my son, I don't listen to that type of music around him. But I also know when he go to his mother, you know, which is a good mom, you know, he do listen to NBA YoungBoy. But I'm like you. I sit down and I talk to him about, like, this is just entertainment. It's just music or whatever like that. Because at the end of the day, when we was growing up, I know my daddy didn't want me to listen to all this rap music and stuff like that. But once again, I found ways to get my hands and burn music, or, you know, whatever, quote unquote burn. But I found my way to get my hands on Cash Money or the Ghetto Boy. I still found ways to get on that. But
LimeWire back then, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I used to be out in the library downloading music. But at the end of the day, even for me, I knew that I didn't want to do that because I listened to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of parents think if their kid listen to rap music today, gonna make them want to go out there and do it. For me, I know it wasn't like that for me, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't like that for you. When you listen to your favorite hip hop artist, it didn't make you want to go out there and kill somebody or be reckless. You just love the music, and that's what I teach my son. Like, both my kids, I tell them that, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because I know this is what he's saying, but this is just entertainment. It's just for fun. He's, you know, all the stuff that he's talking about, he's not really doing that. That's what I'm teaching them. You know what I'm saying? Luckily for me, my kids don't curse. They don't get in no trouble. You know what I'm saying? So luckily, I don't have to really worry about it. But I constantly, I don't listen to it around them. I try not to. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want them to think that that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's my opinion on it. But you're right, though. You're right to do that, man.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it now, man. I got my first My first CD I listened to, it was I'm gonna start with this. My cousin a DJ, well-known DJ in New Orleans, definitely in Gertown, named Pee Wee, right? DJ Pee Wee. Shout out to DJ Calvin too. And I used to, hey Pee Wee, forgive me, bro. I love you, bro. I used to steal your CDs, bro. You know what I mean?
I did.
You know what I mean? I just steal your CDs, bro, because I'm pretty sure he might need that CD for the party. He trying to look for it in the crate. I already snatched it, B. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The first CD I heard, music, period, rap music, I say rap music, was Drama Time from Black Menace.
Okay.
It was J-Dog and Threat, you know what I'm saying, back in that era, whatever. Shout out to J-Dog and Threat, you know what I'm saying, How to Grow 17 Uptown shit. And, you know, being from Gertown, you know what I'm saying, when I heard Drama Time, yeah, why me hit him? Why me let him? My mama, I thought I locked the door, but she kind of came and bust up in there. Like, what the fuck you listen to? And I had it that loud. And I was like, you know, I couldn't say I ain't gonna lie, with like a dead caught in the headlights. I was like, Mom, I'm just listening to music. Boy, you don't need to be listening to that shit. Whatever. I was like, man. She walked out the door, I played it back again. You know what I'm saying? But this time I got the music on low and I listened to the whole CD. I think they had like 12 songs on that thing. But it was actually a cassette tape, I'm sorry. But the more of the story is, that's how Paris was back then. It ain't the fact that music was loud. I mean, that was the cause of her coming in the room. But she was really concerned about what I was listening to. Cause it's watch me hit them, watch me let them, they, you know, you know what he talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, you come on, you already know you already know the vibe.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So the point I'm making is like, that's how Paris was back then. I knew my mom for sure. She didn't want me to listen to that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? Her reaction alone made me press the cassette tape and cut it off and like I listened to it when I had remember the Walkmans and all that. You know what I'm saying? I listened to the Walkmans when I was going to Danville, you know what I'm saying? And you know, that's how I was listening to it like that. I had to damn near sneak to listen to the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't play it in the house.
Hey, but don't feel bad. See, like my parents, right? My mama was the cool one. My daddy was the strict one, right? And he was the co-parent, right? So the first album that I ever got was G Code. The first one I ever bought, it was a cassette tape though. Right? So I'm listening to it when I'm at home, huh?
My Juvenile.
Yeah, Juvenile. Cool. I get back to Centerville to my hometown. You know, that's why I lived there with my pops. So I'm listening to it, whooping the curse. I'm just jamming. Like I got me a brand new radio with the two tapes with the CD. Man, I'm just going. I'm gonna say, what the fuck is you listening to in here? I'm talking. He popped the tape out and he cut the thing and threw it in the trash. I was hurt, bro.
The stuff that come out the cassette thing?
Yes, bro. Man, I was hurt. But what I did was I was a smart kid. All I did was tie it back together with a little knot and just rewind it. And then when it got to that certain part, then I would have to scoot it up to where it can get past the little part that I tied. Man, you found that tape again, bro. And I got my ass tore up, bro. G Code.
It sound like it's rewinding.
Yeah, bro. Juvenile, you the reason why I got my ass.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Juvenile. You know what I mean?
Man, hey, bro. I got my ass whooped, dog.
Shout out to Juvenile, you know what I mean? Legend, you heard?
Oh, man.
Right.
Oh, bro.
Man.
Anything else, big dog?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out, man, to my boy Charlie Brown, man. You know, they go by 2 now. You know what I'm saying? You know, he got something coming soon, real soon, bro. I want y'all to look out for my dude, you know what I'm saying? I'll give y'all the information when everything get all put together. I'll let y'all know how that go. Shout out to my boy Mook, shout out to my dude James, shout out to my dude Chip, my dude Brandon, et cetera, you know, Uptown, we in here, Gertown, we in it, you know what I'm saying? You already know the vibes. Shout out to Full Blooded. You know what I mean? Shout out my dude Nighttime Cam. You know, we're gonna keep this thing rolling, man. I'm liking the vibe, I'm liking the energy. And as time go on, bro, we trying to get some, guest appearance. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Get some more vibes going on for y'all, you know what I mean? And shout out to my dude Jay Fred, you know what I mean? Jay Fred, definitely an artist from New Road, but he live in BR, but been living in Baton Rouge. He got some new music coming out. He got a plethora of music on SoundCloud and YouTube and Facebook for sure. One song, it definitely in particular that I like is Cop Out. I did the cover for it. Fire, dope. looking to shoot a visual for it real soon. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jay Fred. Shout out to PSL Productions. I love you, Pee Wee, my dog. You already know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep this thing going, man. You already know what's happening, man.
Man, and you didn't tune into the first episode, man. I hope when y'all listen to this, hope y'all enjoy yourself. Like I said, I'm with my big brother, somebody I look up to.
Appreciate the love, brother.
And family, bro. Like I couldn't do this with anybody else. But when I decided to do this podcast, but it was only one person to come up to. But I've been knowing this man, bro. Just a good dude, bro. And I ain't just saying that because he on here, but when I decided to do this podcast, it was only one person, bro, that I could just think of to do this podcast with. And it was my dog, and I called him up. He was down for it. That's my big brother, man. What can I say, man? Y'all didn't tune into 163 the Ville Podcast, bro. You can catch the podcast on Apple Music. Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, all your podcast needs whenever you go, you look it up. We even on YouTube. You can see the video on YouTube. It's 163 DA, the Ville podcast. You can find it on YouTube. But once again, but hope you enjoy this episode. This is the real episode because I did one a while back just to test it out. But it's the real episode. The state of hip hop. But I think it was a good show. I hope y'all enjoy yourself when y'all watch it, bro. We always gonna, drop gems for y'all, bro. And like I say, when I started this, when I wanted to do this podcast, bro, he was the only dude that I could think of. I've been knowing this dude. I've been knowing my big brothers since before my son had turned 2.
Right.
Matter of fact, I've been knowing him since my son was 1. Yeah,
Okay.
just turned 1 when he had just turned 1, and he's 7 now. He going on 8. So I've been knowing my dog for a long time. Good dude, bro. And he make good music. He's a rapper. He's a battle rapper. If you, bro.
I'm trying, bro. You know what I mean?
My dog got somebody on his hit list. I'm not gonna say no name, but somebody on my dog hit list. But my dog got that smoke. I'm gonna say that, bro.
You already know, brother. But look, I'm gonna do another recipe. I'm gonna do a recipe, man. So, I know in the family we just lost my little cousin, little Calvin.
Oh man, rest in peace. Sorry for your loss, my brother.
Yeah, him and his girl. Unfortunately, they got murdered.
Oh man,
they got killed. And that's what I mean, before we sign out, that's what I mean about, and he was from my understanding, you know what I'm saying? He was no bad kid at all. You know what I'm saying? He was actually about to propose to his, I'm going to say soon to be, wife and all that. But unfortunately, he got killed in the incident that led him, getting killed, stuff like that. But I want to, rest in peace to the Cal, rest in peace to his wife. And they had a little daughter as well, you know what I'm saying? She my little cousin, you know what I'm saying? So as time go on, and I hope you get, able to see this, we in our prayers, you know what I'm saying? We love you, you know what I'm saying? I got great stories to tell about, my little cousin. If y'all willing to hear, you know what I'm saying? I know I ain't knew him as much as I would like to know him, but I know enough to where I can give y'all the real, you feel me? Like I said, shout out to DJ Calvin, shout out to P when you did, shout out to my dog, shout out all my people, man. I can't get you all the head, sorry y'all. You know what I mean? I love you, all my hounds and she-hounds, you heard me? But we in here, you dig? You already know the vibes. 1.
Man, rest in peace. But I'm sorry for your loss, my boy, man. I'm sorry for that, bro. That's crazy. But like I said, once again, we gotta do better, bro. And until we see you again, man, just make sure y'all subscribe to all our stuff, bro. And we'll be back next week, bro. Same time, bro. Same time, same day, bro. And hope y'all enjoy yourself, man. We out of this bitch, man.
All right, man. Peace. Y'all already know. 1.